हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ कॉमर्स। आज के वीडियो में हम डिस्कस करेंगे वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एमसीक्यूज फॉर यूजीसी नेट पेपर 1। थोड़े से टफ साइड पर होंगे आज के क्वेश्चन, सो आप किसी भी स्ट्रीम से अगर यूजीसी नेट का पेपर अटेम्प्ट करने वाले हैं, दिस वीडियो इज फॉर यू। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, द प्राइमरी डिफरेंस बिटवीन फॉर्मेटिव एंड सम्मेटिव असेसमेंट इज दैट फॉर्मेटिव असेसमेंट इज प्राइमरली इंटेंडेड टू, ऑप्शंस हैं, assign final grades at the end of a course, diagnose learning needs and guide ongoing improvement, rank students for selection procedures, certify minimum competence for certification. So see, formative assessment जो होता है उसका basic purpose क्या होता है? To check कि कहाँ पर बच्चा वीक है, कहाँ पर बच्चा गलती कर रहा है और हम उसे कैसे इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं. सो दैट मीन्स फॉर्मेटिव असेसमेंट का बेसिक पर्पस होता है टू प्रोवाइड फीडबैक सो दैट द लर्निंग कैन बी इम्प्रूव्ड. जबकि समेटिव असेसमेंट वो कौन से होते हैं? जो आपके फाइनल एग्जाम्स होते हैं. सो दैट फाइनल ग्रेड्स कैन बी गिवन, रैंकिंग कैन बी डन, सर्टिफिकेशन कैन बी डन. सो समेटिव का मतलब होता है असाइनिंग ग्रेड्स, रैंकिंग द स्टूडेंट्स and providing certification, जबकि formative assessment is done so as to diagnose learning needs and guide ongoing improvement. So correct answer यहाँ पर होगा option B. In an experimental research design, internal validity is most directly threatened by, options we have, random assignment of participants, placebo effects and demand characteristics, large sample size or use of standardized instruments. Correct answer option B. Which learning theory emphasizes reciprocal determinism, the mutual influence of behavior, personal factors and environment? Options हमारे पास हैं behaviorism, humanistic theory, social cognitive theory और cognitive constructivism. Correct answer option C, which is social cognitive theory. A researcher uses stratified random sampling because, options we have, it eliminates the need for sampling frames, it ensures exact proportional representation of subgroups, it is same as cluster sampling, or it guarantees selection without sampling error. Correct answer है option B, that is it ensures exact proportional representation of subgroups. जब भी हम stratified random sampling करते हैं, that means we are ensuring कि जो हमारा sample है, for example 10 people we have in the sample as sample, so it is representing all the subgroups. Which of the following is a norm referenced interpretation of test scores? Options we have here, interpreting a score relative to a explicit performance objectives, interpreting a score relative to a fixed standard, or you can say cutoff, जैसे कि निकाली जाती है for the exams also, interpreting a score relative to the distribution of peers scores, मतलब कि जो साथ में जिन्होंने attempt किया पेपर उनके scores, interpreting a score using criteria referenced rubric. Correct answer option C, that is interpreting a score relative to the distribution of peers score. In qualitative research, triangulation primarily aims to, options are, improve replicability through statistical test, validate findings by using multiple data sources or methods, reduce sample size requirements, or replace participant observation. Correct answer है option B, that is validate findings by using multiple data sources or methods. Triangulation enhance करता है credibility by confirming findings through different data sources or methods or investigators. Which of the following best exemplifies construct validity of a psychology test? Options are, a test that yields consistent scores over time, a test that correlates strongly with other measures of the same construct and less with unrelated constructs, a test that has high internal consistency only, a test that is easy to administer. Correct answer option B, a test that correlates strongly with other measures of the same construct and less with unrelated constructs. Bloom's taxonomy revised replaced the topmost category synthesis with, सिंथेसिस को किससे रिप्लेस किया गया है एज पर ब्लूम्स रिवाइज टेक्सोनॉमी? ऑप्शंस हैं इवैल्यूएटिंग, क्रिएटिंग, अप्लाइंग और रिमेंबरिंग. करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज क्रिएटिंग. When using a Likert scale, which statistical operation is least appropriate? Options हमारे पास है reporting medians and modes, calculating frequencies of each response category, computing means and standard deviations indiscriminately without checking assumptions, or using non-parametric test when distribution is skewed. Correct answer है option C. In the context of educational technology, scaffolding refers to options हमारे पास यहाँ पर है reducing teacher involvement so students learn independently from the start, providing temporary support structure that are gradually removed as learners become competent, using only digital tools for content delivery, or strictly grading students based on time on task. करेक्ट आंसर है ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज प्रोवाइडिंग टेम्परेरी सपोर्ट स्ट्रक्चर्स जो कि ग्रेजुअली रिमूव कर दिए जाते हैं व्हेन द लर्नर्स बिकम competent. A researcher reports a p-value of 0.03, which is the correct interpretation if alpha is equal to 0.05. So यहाँ पर कौन सा ऑप्शन करेक्ट होगा? फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज देयर इज अ 3% probability that the null hypothesis is true. Option B, the null hypothesis should be rejected at the 5% level. The result is statistically significant. Option C, the effect size is practically important. Or option D, the result proves the alternative hypothesis is true. Correct answer है option B, that is a null hypothesis should be rejected at 5% level. The result is statistically significant. Reflective practice in teaching primarily involves memorizing curricular objectives, systematically analyzing one's teaching to improve future practices, increasing lecture hours, or relying solely on peer evaluation for improvement. Correct answer यहाँ पर है option B, that is systematically analyzing one's teaching to improve future practice. In regression analysis, multicollinearity is a problem because it inflates the sample size, it makes coefficient unstable and standard errors large, hindering interpretation of individual predictors. It increases the predictive power automatically. It only affects dependent variable measurement. Correct answer है यहाँ पर option B. Which of the following best describes action research in education? ऑप्शंस हमारे पास हैं प्योर एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन कंडक्टेड इन अ लेबोरेटरी, practitioners systematically study their own practice to solve practical problems and improve the outcomes, theoretical meta-analysis of published studies, large-scale national surveys only. Correct answer है option B, that is practitioners systematically study their own practice to solve practical problems and improve the outcomes. Question number 15 हमारे पास है which sampling method is most susceptible to selection bias and limits generalization? Options हैं simple random sampling, systematic sampling, convenience sampling और stratified random sampling. Correct answer है option C, that is convenience sampling. Because convenience sampling में क्या होता है, 19 यूनिवर्स से यूनिट्स को सैंपल बनाया जाता है विच आर रेडिली अवेलेबल, जो इजीली अवेलेबल होते हैं, विच ऑफन प्रोड्यूस सिस्टमैटिक बायस एंड लिमिट external validity. The principle of equity in education policy differs from equality because equity का मतलब होता है option A, treat everyone exactly the same regardless of need, focus on fair allocation of resources according to learners' differing needs to achieve comparable outcomes. It is only concerned with resource inputs, not outcomes, or it means the majority group gets priority. Correct answer है option B, because equity focuses on fair allocation of resources as per the learner's differing needs to achieve the outcomes. Which of the following is a qualitative data analysis technique? Options हैं ANOVA, thematic analysis, multiple regression or descriptive statistics, that is SD. Correct answer है option B, that is thematic analysis, because it identifies patterns or you can say themes in textual as well as qualitative data. An educational measurement has face validity if, कब एक educational measurement में face validity होगी? When it correlates highly with external criteria, it appears on the surface to measure what it intends to measure to test takers as well as stakeholders, it has high inter-rate reliability, or it yields identical results across administrations. Correct answer है option B, that is it appears on the face to measure what it intends to measure to test takers as well as stakeholders. Question number 19. Which model of curriculum places the greatest emphasis on learner experiences and needs rather than the predetermined content? Options हमारे पास हैं subject centered model, learner centered model, content centered model और hidden curriculum model. Obviously very simple with the formation of the question and the terms that we have used in the options itself. Learner centered process, or you can say model, is what focuses on learner experiences and needs and not only on predetermined content. In inferential statistics, a type 2 error occurs when options हमें यहाँ पर दिए गए हैं. The null hypothesis is rejected when it is true. The null hypothesis is not rejected, or you can say accepted, when the alternative is true. Sample size is too large, or p-value is less than alpha. Correct answer है option B. Which of the following best represents andragogy, or you can say adult learning principles as compared to pedagogy? Options हैं adults prefer teacher directed or passive learning. Adults are motivated by internal factors like experience and prefer problem centered learning with immediate applicability. Adults resist self-direction and prefer basic skills memorization, or adults require more external rewards than children. Correct answer इनमें से है option B. In a mixed method study, convergent parallel design implies, options हमें दिए गए हैं qualitative data only are collected and then converted to quantitative measures. Option B, quantitative data are collected first, then qualitative in a sequential manner. Option C, qualitative and quantitative data are collected simultaneously, analyzed separately, then merged for interpretation. Or only one method is used but results are triangulated internally. Correct answer है option C. The zone of proximal development or ZPD concept is associated with which educational thinker? Correct answer option B. In survey research, non-response bias can be minimized by: is it ignoring the non-respondents during analysis? Is it increasing follow-up efforts and comparing respondents to known population characteristics using only open-ended questions, or reducing the sample size? Correct answer इनमें से है option B, that is increasing the follow-up efforts, comparing respondents to known population characteristics. Last question for today's video. Which of the following is a key advantage of constructivist instructional strategies? Options हमें given है emphasis on rote memorization. Option B, promotion of active meaning making and deeper conceptual understanding through learner engagement. Option C, strict teacher control over content without student input. Or option D, guaranteed faster coverage of syllabus topics. Correct answer यहाँ पर है option B. I hope you liked the video. I hope this video is going to help you in your preparation for UGC NET exam. Tell me in the comment section which stream are you going to attempt in UGC NET. Stay tuned in for the next video that will be posted 7 PM tomorrow. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Have a nice day and good luck for your UGC NET exam.